So you cursed at your phone because you didn't put your phone on Do Not Disturb while you had a court hearing? Disrespect that I didn't deserve. Disrespect that I didn't ask you for. Disrespect that is unfair to me as a jurist. This is case number 150458340, the people versus Ronald Chapman. Defendant is charged with operating while visibly impaired, and today is the date adjourned, the date for review.
Good morning, Your Honor. Tanisha Ward, PA 745, appearing on behalf of Ronald Chapman, who is to my left. Mr. Chapman, please state your full name for the record.
Ronald Chapman.
Your Honor, we are requesting a continuation of probation.
Let's go from yesterday. Don't try to come in here with that. The reason he here is because I said, say it in my face. Y'all remember that? Yeah. Oh, remember? Oh, do you? Because you was just over there talking smack too before she came in here.
I said, what did I say? Smart too. That's what I said. I apologize for yesterday. There's a lot going on with me. My best friend just got killed. I'm tired of trying to get ways to work and everything. I need my license back. Try to depend on people. It's some pressures, and I don't want to go back to drugs or alcohol. I want to do it the right way. I like the way I feel without using drugs or alcohol.
I'm sorry for your loss. Did I have anything to do with that?
Not at all.
Oh.
That's fine. I got to think before I speak. Let my emotions do the best of me.
You did, and it almost got you locked up.
I truly believe that.
You should.
Yeah.
On everything that I know. That's why you're in person.
Yes, ma'am.
Because I was wanting you to come with that same energy you had yesterday on Zoom. See, I know on Zoom you all feel real comfortable. Real comfortable. But when I get up in the morning, put on my clothes, I'm doing what I do in the morning, which is putting myself in a great mood. Yes. I talk to somebody in the morning, every morning. And I get myself in my good mood and my great mood and then I come in here, then I put on this robe, I put on my pearls, try to, make it even more. And then here y'all come, as if I've done you something. Here you come, as if I was the one to pour the alcohol down your throat back in 2015. Here you come, as if I was the one that stopped you, pulled you over, treated you bad, roughhoused you, took you out your car, as if I was the one to arrest you, as if I was the one to issue the warrant, as if I was the one that was the cause for the issues that you have. Here you all come, as if I was the one. And all I did was be a little big mouth black girl from the east side wanting to come on the bench and do some good because I knew it was important for people like me to be on here. And then here you come, going off on me as if I did you both, as if I'm the reason for the current situation that you find yourself in. Instead of coming here saying, she might have helped me. I'm tired of catching a bus. I'm tired of doing this. I'm tired of facing the consequences of my own actions. And maybe she could help me. But as much as I try not to, I match energy. I try not to match energy, but I don't know what happens when I just match energy. Like energy come to me, then I match it. And that's because it is, and I'm trying to follow because it's a book I read every day too. And in that particular book, I really like this book. And in the particular book, it says that a soft answer turns away wrath, right? Then I'm thinking, who are they really talking to though? Like, they talking to me? When that energy comes my way, I'm not supposed to match it? Or were they talking to the one that threw that energy at me? I don't know. So since I haven't figured that out yet, I just keep on matching energy. Problem is, if I match your energy, you end up back there behind that great door. Yes. And it's unnecessary. When I saw you earlier when you came in, I said, he got dressed up to go to jail. He looked so nice for court. And they gonna take them clothes and put them in the evidence or wherever they take the clothes when you come in and put it in there and hold them for you till you get out. So don't come on me. It's not my fault. Now, for some reason, it's a good thing too. Some is working in your favor because I can't find that folder because I wrote on the folder. Yeah, I wrote on the phone, I probably slammed it over behind me or something. And so my clerk went in there and he couldn't find the folder, and it's not here with the other folders from yesterday. So that's working in your favor, because I can't even, I do remember that I told you, come say it in my face, I remember that. Remember that much, I just don't remember what it was I wanted you to say in my face. So that's working in your favor. I don't even have his ROA or nothing. Oh, I'm not being honest, you gave the file. So this was a case from way back when, oh, I remember. I do remember now looking at this right here. I remember that I was going through step by step, the stuff he didn't do. And then I was like, prove it to me, you know, blah, blah, blah. I'm remembering, so I'll hurry up before I remember everything. So we're gonna go ahead and reinstate this probation from 2016. I'm gonna reinstate the probation for 6 months. He's gonna go across the hall and see, he's gonna ask for Shantia Tucker. She is the supervisor. Tell them Judge Bryant sent you, and because she needs to give you a new probation officer, and then you can connect with that probation officer. All
I'm
right.
I'm still in warrant status?
No, you were in warrant status, for a long time, and now that means you're still operating with no license on a drunk driving case. So also, I believe in Hakuna Matata. I love the Lion King. Hakuna Matata, put the past in the past. Just don't come on me like that no more, Mr. Chairman. I ain't gonna do nothing to you. Okay, I accept your apology. All right, so go across the hall, room 317, and ask for Shantia Tucker.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. That must have been your good energy standing next to me. This is case number 240-457-4901, the people of the state of Michigan versus Shamwood, Manic, MANIC. Penniman, defendant is charged with disorderly persons. Today is the date set for sentencing. Appearances, please.
Morning, Your Honor. Alex Hill on behalf of the people. Also present is our complainant, now victim. Ma'am, will you state your name for the record?
Good morning. My name is Robin Geiger.
All right, today is the date set for sentencing. Based on the time that the matter was set, I did not order a pre-sentence investigation. And so therefore, is there anything on behalf of the people?
Briefly, Your Honor, to provide some context, the complainant in this matter is in a relationship with the defendant's son, and that has led to some conflict over a period of time. On the date in question, February 10th of 2024, there was actually a disagreement between the complainant and her boyfriend, and the mother came to the location and got involved, and it became physical. So despite the amendment to disorderly, we do believe that a term of probation is appropriate. We are asking the court to continue a no contact order, which we believe is in the best interest of both parties. The complainant and the child of the defendant are still in a relationship. So we just ask that both parties keep the peace, and we would leave it to the discretion of the court. But the allegation is fairly serious. The physical fight involved some jumper cables which were swung in the direction and allegedly hit Ms. Geiger. Now, I'm not sure the extent that the defendant admitted the severity of it, but we are asking the court to impose probation with anger management. And Ms. Geiger, would you like to address the court in any way?
No, not today. Thank you.
Mr. Lamb?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. So my client did plead no contest under MCL 771.1. So I believe that a probation term is appropriate. I would ask, though, that probation term be no longer than 90 days, as my client is gainfully employed, Your Honor. She has no prior misdemeanor or felony convictions. As Attorney Hill communicated, this was a matter of my client responding to her son, who was in distress, and she was trying to deal with that. My client is deeply remorseful.
Her son was in distress?
Correct. That's why she went over to the location that he was at. I would also note, Your Honor, that this conduct took place some 2 years ago. Since that time, there's been no allegations of inappropriate contact or conduct on behalf of my client. And I would just ask that you take those things into consideration when determining an appropriate sentence for my client.
Right now, everybody had an opportunity to speak. It's my turn. It's my turn. I wish my son would call me, he in distress, because him and his girlfriend having a disagreement. You know how to handle a disagreement. You first of all, just leave or walk away or do whatever you're supposed to do. But I'm not gonna come over and get involved in it. I'm not gonna come over and get involved in disagreement with grown people. Now, if you calling me saying you in fear for your life, which you should have been calling 911, then that's something different. So telling me that her son was in distress, a grown man, and it's my turn. I gave everyone an opportunity to speak. You heard what your lawyer said, and you heard what the prosecutor said, and you had an opportunity to clarify. You chose not to. It's my turn. So telling me her son was in distress and she went over there and got into an argument with her son's girlfriend is silly to me. That's don't make sense to me. And now here we are in court because it didn't make sense. The court is going to impose the following sentence. Oh, Mr. Hill, do you agree that that the recommendation was for the delayed sentence? The people didn't have an objection to the delayed sentence.
Correct, Your Honor.
Court is going to impose a 9-month probationary period.
Nothing further. Thank you, Your Honor.
We're all set. Everyone have a great day and stay safe. So I'm ready on forward. Come on up. This is case number 250-583-0001. People versus Tamara Joy Ford. Defendant is charged with malicious destruction of property and something dealing with a motor vehicle. Today is the day set for restitution hearing. Restitution and a contempt of court hearing. Appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Alicia Taylor Coleman, on behalf of the City of Detroit.
Good morning, Your Honor. Clarissa Grimes, P82965, the Neighborhood Defender Service, on behalf of Ms. Ford. Can you state your full name, please?
Tamara Joy Ford.
All right, let's start with the restitution hearing. Today is day set for the restitution hearing, and I believe you all have reached an agreement.
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, Ms. Ford would agree to pay the medical bills, the amount of $704.39.
$704.39.
Yes, $704.39.
So the court will, I apologize, is that a proper stipulation, counsel?
Yes, that's correct.
Court will set restitution at $704.39. Ms. Flanagan is going to prepare an amended order, which includes the restitution. With respect to the contempt hearing, which really, let me change my language, because it is not a contempt hearing. When the parties appeared before me at the last hearing date, it was quite contentious, and at the conclusion of the matter, when Ms. Ford was logging off my Zoom, she cursed at me. And I, on that day, held her in contempt of court. On the record, I said, she is held in contempt of court, but she hung up. So I'm changing my language with respect to a contempt hearing. The court on the record held her in contempt for cursing at me that day. So today the court is announcing its punishment for the contempt, which is why I indicated we were gonna come in person for this restitution hearing. So I don't normally hold restitution hearings in person, but since Ms. Ford cursed at me, then we had to have this in person so that the court could announce its decision on the restitution, on the contempt punishment penalty. So counsel, if you wish to be heard, you can be heard as to the penalty for your client cursing at me on Zoom.
Thank you, Your Honor. So unfortunately, I had also already logged off Zoom, so I was not present and did not witness what was going on. After being informed by the court what had happened, I discussed with my client, and she indicated to me that she was certainly not attempting to insult, Your Honor. And so,
Because people shouldn't be insulted by people cursing at them?
I'm not sure if it was a misunderstanding, but regardless, my client is sincerely apologetic for any insults to the court. And so for that reason, in addition, my client has a young daughter who is in her primary care, who is at school right now. And
Did she make arrangements for somebody to pick up her daughter?
I'm not sure, Your Honor.
Okay.
Your Honor, we understand the seriousness of this incident. I think Ms. Ford has learned a lot from this incident. We are asking, Your Honor, for something that does not involve jail time. If there is an ability to either pay a fine or do something else that Your Honor would impose, that is what we'd be requesting today, so that her child's life is not disrupted. And my client has something she would like to address the court as well.
She may.
First off, Your Honor, I just would like to sincere apologize to you. My daughter, she goes to therapy. She tries to commit suicide every other week. I definitely was not cursing at you. A person kept calling me.
Call Miss Tripper. You tell her I need the transcript. You say you weren't cursing at me?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
No, ma'am. I was not cursing at you. I did curse, but it was for a call that kept coming in while I was on the Zoom with you guys.
So you cursed at your phone because you didn't put your phone on Do Not Disturb while you had a court hearing? Yes. So you want me to believe that all the while you were on Zoom with me with a nasty attitude, that at the end of the conclusion of the matter, when you cursed, that wasn't directed towards me?
No, ma'am, it was not. I mean, I agree that I did some, I was being disrespectful at the time, but I definitely did not curse at you. It was not it was for a phone call that I kept declining and they kept calling.
You want me to believe that you were rude and disrespectful to me, but you would never curse at me?
Yes, because I wasn't cursing at you. I did disrespect you by taking a bite of my bagel and saying things to you as if, you know, you were not having a good day, but I was not cursing at you.
I think you actually said something about me not having a good day or something.
Yeah,
Yeah, you did. And now I think you might not be having a good day today. I think maybe if you thought I was having a bad day that day, demanding respect in my courtroom that I'm going to demand every day. I got kids too. And I remember quitting the job because it was too stressful for me and my kids. It's one of the highest ranking people at the Detroit Police Department. I said, I can't do this. Why? Because I got kids this stressful. I didn't go to work and take my stress out on the people that I worked with. I didn't take my stress out on the people that had to come to me for things. I didn't take my stress out on people who I was engaging with who had nothing to do with the things that were stressing me out. And so just like I told the other gentleman who came in my courtroom because he was rude with me and disrespectful and all of that to me on Zoom. When I wake up in the morning, talk to the one that I talk to in the morning, and put myself in a good mood, come to work and put on this black robe and these pearls, I don't do that to say, I can't wait for the people when they come in, I'll be so happy when they go off on me. People who I have had nothing to do with them being in my courtroom. I wasn't there when you committed your crime. I wasn't there when you got charged with your crime. I may not even been there when you took a plea in the felony courtroom for your crime. I had nothing to do with any of that, yet you come in here and you gonna eat a bagel on my Zoom courtroom like that's appropriate. Let's just invite the public in and tell them to bring their breakfast, ma'am. This is court. And you were quite disrespectful to me. And now that you need to pay the consequences for your disrespect, you want me to believe that, yes, Judge, I was eating. Yes, Judge, I was getting smart with you. Yes, Judge, I was being disrespectful, but not in a million years would I ever curse at you. That don't make sense. But here's the thing about it. Whether you were cursing at me or just in the courtroom, whether you just forgot your mic was on, whether you didn't log off before you was cursing, either way, you cursed in my courtroom. You cursed in my courtroom, adding on to the already disrespect that you had displayed to me that day. Disrespect that I didn't deserve, disrespect that I didn't ask you for, disrespect that is unfair to me as a jurist. Court is going to impose a following sentence for contempt: 3 days in the Wayne County Jail held in abeyance. If you complete the terms and conditions of your probation successfully, without any other issues or hiccups, then you won't have to serve the 3 days. If you do, if you're gonna keep that same energy you had with me on Zoom, you're gonna go to jail for 3 days, and I'm not gonna be concerned about who's gonna watch your child. There's never gonna be a day that you're gonna come in here and I'm gonna care more about who's gonna watch your child than you. Because you weren't thinking about who gonna watch my child if she locked me up while I'm on here going off on her, being disrespectful, eating bagels and cursing. You didn't care about who's gonna watch your child. I'm not gonna care either. Anything further? We are all set. Have a great day. Stay safe. Mr. Hayes, your witness is not going to be counted present if she does not turn on that camera. This is case number 260-44494-01, the people of the state of Michigan versus Hilda Wright. And who talked to your witness? Who did? Nobody?
Your Honor, I talked to her at length by phone, not on Zoom.
Well, then you didn't tell her to dress appropriately for court, Mr. Hill.
I did not see her attire. I know she had an appointment at the VA.
I don't care about an appointment at the VA. I really wish you would stop doing that. I really do.
What did I do?
I'm not talking to you or about you, Ms. Wright. Please stay muted until asked to unmute. Mr. Hill, I'm not going to allow your witness to appear in court in this manner. I will send her to the breakout room and you can get her appropriate for court. It's important to talk to your witnesses on Zoom. That's why we do what we do. And that's why it runs smoothly. All right, I'm ready on Wright. This is recalling case number 260-444-9401, the people versus Hilda Wright. Defendant is charged with 1 count of brandishing a weapon. Today is the date set for pretrial appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Alex Hill on behalf of the people. Also present is our complainant, Ms. Watson. Thank you. Say your name, ma'am.
Clarissa Elizabeth Watson.
Thank you.
All right, how are we proceeding, Ms. Warford?
Your Honor, we will continue with plea of not guilty. Request that this matter be set for a final pretrial conference and request discovery.
The court continues a not guilty plea sets the matter for final pretrial conference, May 8th, 2026 at 9:00 a.m. Discovery should be submitted to defense by April 24th. Bond will continue with no contact with the complaining witness.
Your Honor, I did want to place on the record that Ms. Watson has made me aware that she is alleging a violation of the no contact order yesterday. These women live in the same apartment building, and Ms. Watson advised that Ms. Wright attempted to make physical contact when she was in the elevator, and she's very concerned. Now, I understand we need to submit documentation.
Y'all gonna stop this right here. We're not gonna speak. We're not gonna respond. We're gonna listen. Continue, Mr. Hill.
So I am working with Ms. Watson. I don't know if a police report was filed, but any documentation I will submit to the court as well as defense and request a bond violation hearing at the court's earliest opportunity. We wanted to emphasize or ask the court to emphasize the importance of no contact despite living in the same building.
Miss Warford, were you made aware of the allegation?
Your Honor, no, I was not made aware of that allegation. My client has informed me that she does live in the same building and that she specifically does not get in the same elevator as Ms. Watson, so I was not aware.
Ms. Watson, if you do that again, I promise you, it's not gonna turn out good for you. Now listen.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
You're apologizing. Let's just act right on the front end, so we can stop apologizing on the back end. Now, everybody in here is an adult. I do not handle juvenile matters. So everybody is going to act like adults. And if you don't know how to come to court on Zoom, come in person. Come in person. So number one, Mr. Hill, you should have notified Ms. Warford of the allegation before we got on the record. Number two, if the people want to request a bond violation hearing, then the court will receive the request at the appropriate time. Number three, it's hard for me to believe it's not true when people come on here acting the way they act. It's easy for me to believe that it could happen. When you on here rolling your eyes, talking about my God, let's keep going because I'm gonna put it all on the record. Rolling our eyes, talking about my God, waving our hands, looking up in the ceiling, rolling our
saying, Your
head.
Honor, I just got
I don't care. The fact that you are interrupting me right now.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
When we don't know how to come to court on Zoom, we come in person.
Yes, ma'am.
I am not going to be a babysitter. I am not going to babysit people who live in the same building. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to micromanage a no contact provision. I don't need any help. I don't need any assistance. I don't need an amen corner. I don't need an up and down head shake. I don't need a left to right head shake. What I need is for people to sit up straight, ready to attend court. Miss Wright, I'm talking to you right now.
I'm sitting upright.
Yeah, you just sat upright and you just stopped shaking your head. And there's no need to engage me in conversation. There's no need to engage me in conversation. If the people have sufficient proof with respect to the violation, then I will receive the request for a violation hearing. Please know that I am not a respecter of person. Whoever is violating my no contact order, I have no problem addressing it to that person, the defendant or the complainant, whoever it may be. Is there anything else on behalf of the people?
Nothing for the record today. Thank you, Your Honor.
Behalf of the defense. On behalf of the defense?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
We're all set. Everyone have a great day. Stay safe.
Thank you.